The story opens with a boy named Arel having lunch with his family. His father is surprised at how calm Arel seems, confessing that he couldn't sleep because he was too anxious about which hero class his son would receive. His mother shares her excitement, while his older sister boasts that Arel will surely outshine every other student. Their mother adds that his charm will likely win the hearts of many girls, which makes his sister nervous about losing him to others. Arel, however, remains grounded, believing he will just turn out to be an ordinary person. In Arel's world, children receive their hero class on their 10th birthday as a divine gift that allows them to develop unique abilities. During the blessing ceremony at school, students line up before a priest, who touches each child's forehead. The first boy in line sees visions of fire and hammers, revealing he has been granted the blacksmith class. Overjoyed, he rushes back to his father, and the priest continues blessing the rest of the students. When Arel's turn comes, his sister confidently says he will get something extraordinary. As he walks to the priest, the crowd whispers with envy, expecting him to inherit advanced classes like his parents, Farah, the Sword Princess, and Leon, the Archmage. Arel shuts his eyes and concentrates, but to his surprise, no vision appears. The priest is startled and declares that Arel has received no blessing at all, making him a rare classless hero. His family's excitement immediately turns into disappointment, thinking his future is ruined. The next day, Arel trains with a sword, determined not to waste his life. His parents reassure him that they won't abandon him, while he insists he doesn't want to become a burden. His sister also promises her support. Arel reminds them that he has been practicing swordsmanship with his mother, so he can still be useful despite lacking a class. Still, he secretly complains that training with his mother is impossible since her strength is overwhelming. His parents admire his maturity, but Arel grows frustrated with their constant attention and goes off to train alone. At the training grounds, Arel finds two swordsman class boys sparring. They mock him for training without a class, saying they don't even need to practice because their class gives them natural skill. To show off, they resume their duel, and Arel notices how fluid their movements are. He boldly asks to fight one of them. The boy laughs at the idea of a classless challenger, but accepts in order to humiliate him. Before the duel, he makes sure Arel still has his protection blessing, which keeps beginners from dying in battle. Arel confirms and readies himself. The swordsman charges in anger, but Arel parries his strikes with ease, shocking everyone. As the fight goes on, the boy realizes Arel isn't an easy target and calls his partner to join in. The second boy sneaks up, but Arel senses it and dodges. Seeing their teamwork fall apart, Arel takes advantage and swiftly defeats both of them, knocking one out with a punch and the other by tripping him. Though Arel calmly declares his victory, the two boys accuse him of being unfair and demand a rematch. Before the rematch begins, a red-haired boy steps in, criticizing them for their excuses and calling them a disgrace to swordsmen. Recognizing his high status, the two boys fall silent. The redhead approaches Arel, asking if he is the Sword Princess's son. When Arel confirms, he compliments his skills but challenges him to a duel, determined to prove the superiority of his own family. The crowd whispers that he is likely the son of Evan, the village security captain. Arel realizes the boy resents his mother, who once defeated Evan and earned the title of strongest swordsman in the village. The redhead admits his jealousy, claiming his father is powerful and wise, yet overshadowed by Farah. Arel openly states that his mother is the strongest, angering the boy. Still, the redhead boasts that he inherited great talent and has been training as a swordsman for over a year under his father's guidance. Confident in his training, he declares he cannot lose. Arel, however, believes his own training with his mother makes him equally strong. They begin their duel, exchanging fierce blows. The redhead proves far stronger than the earlier boys, but his attacks are driven by anger. Arel patiently waits for a mistake. Suddenly, the redhead uses a special ability called Twin Slice, forcing Arel back and injuring him with its second strike. The boy smugly explains that it is a swordsman class skill no classless person can block. Arel, however, vows that with enough training, he can learn to counter it, earning reluctant respect from his rival. Days later, Arel continues training relentlessly. His sister tries to wake him one morning with a kiss, but he brushes her away. At breakfast, she worries about his constant training, but their mother reassures her by showing a chest full of broken swords, proof of his determination. While his sister dreams of a world without discrimination against the classless, Arel trains alone in the forest. He perfects the twin slice and even kills a goblin with it, but soon hears a terrifying roar. Rushing toward a scream, Arel discovers the redhead cornered by a massive hobgoblin. Realizing the boy had also been training and accidentally attracted the monster, Arel seizes the chance to attack from behind. Just as the hobgoblin is about to deliver the killing blow, Arel strikes it down with his twin slice, saving the boy's life. After the monster collapses, Arel feels confident that he has finally mastered the footwork of the technique. The red-haired boy tries to walk but stumbles straight into Arel's arms. Realizing that the boy's protective blessing has worn off, Arel asks if he has any holy water to heal himself. The boy only stares at his broken water bottle on the ground. Seeing this, Arel offers him his own holy water. Once he drinks it, his wounds vanish, and he becomes irritated at how powerful Arel has grown. The red-haired boy, now fully restored, thanked Arel for the water before asking again about his impressive skill. Calmly, Arel replies that it's nothing more than a twin slice. The boy presses further, wondering how he learned such a move without a class, since normal people shouldn't be able to master special techniques. Arel explains that he trained himself to the extreme for it. The redhead is baffled, so Arel clarifies that he learned it by carefully adjusting his timing and footwork. He even admits that the boy himself was his most valuable resource, since fighting him repeatedly allowed him to refine the move. Overwhelmed by this, the redhead listens as Arel reveals that he has been perfecting the twin slice specifically to challenge him in a rematch. Impressed by his dedication, the boy agrees to fight again. Arel asks if he's truly sure, but the boy insists it's the least he can do after being saved and healed. Surprised that the boy knows how to return a favor, Arel teases him, which only insults the redhead. Soon, the two prepare with their swords and launch into battle, both using twin slice at the same time. Shocked that Arel blocked both strikes, the boy is then struck by an unexpected attack. Confused, he asks what it was, and Arel reveals that he added a third slice. The redhead reminds him that the move is called twin slice, but Arel explains that, since he never received a fixed class skill, he is free to shape the technique however he wants. He admits that this was the first time he successfully executed the third strike, which only frustrates his opponent more. The boy insists that a swordsman's skill should never lose to anyone, but Arel confidently says he will prove otherwise in another fight. Both raise their swords again. The redhead steadies himself, believing his speed gives him the edge over Arel. As they both unleash their twin slice, the boy watches carefully for the third strike. Yet the final blow still comes too quickly, catching him off guard and knocking him down even though he blocked it. With his sword pointed at the defeated boy, Arel declares that this outcome was inevitable. The redhead demands to know why his third strike is so fast. Arel explains that he learned the trick from him, slowing the first two strikes and then pouring all his strength into the third to surprise the opponent. Completely overwhelmed, the boy gnashes his teeth in defeat while Arel walks away victorious. A few days later, while Arel's family eats dinner, Farah announces that Evan's son has gone to train at Brea. Surprised, Arel asks what Brea is, and his mother explains that it is the City of Swords. She tells him that she once trained at a guild there before her marriage. Excited by this revelation, Arel looks forward to visiting the city and discovering the full potential of a classless hero. Thanks for watching episode 1. If you enjoyed the story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you'll be the first to catch episode 2. See you soon!